All right, here we go. We are heading into the final trial, and this time it really will be our final trial. We've got Emperor Bulblax left, we've opened up his arena, we've got one of each color of Pikmin, and we will commit to the bit on this challenge. Now, the thing about flowering Pikmin is the fact that they don't actually attack faster. All they do is move faster in Pikmin 1, so there's really no major benefit to flowering these guys, but the movement speed is pretty important for keeping them alive, especially once we get to the second phase of Emperor Bulblax. Now, that said, I get the feeling we're not going to get this on the first try, and if we do, I'm going to feel really cool about myself, but we'll see where we get. I guess the other thing that I can keep in mind is maybe I don't really need to worry about flowering them if I can use Z cycling like this to draw them to me, but I think I'm going to set myself up for the greatest amount of success we can have. Let's get everyone up here and nectared up if we can. I think we have just barely enough time to make this happen and let it happen. This will also be the litmus test of can I actually DPS fast enough to get Bulblax killed by these three guys in the amount of time we have left. Okay, good. All three got that nectar. I was worried that the yellow was not going to quite hit it. All right, so what we're going to do is to optimize our timing, we are going to have me trigger Bulblax rather than a Pikmin. Now, the strategy here is once he starts salivating, you can see he's going to stick his tongue out, and we're going to aim for his lips over here. And we can get him to stick out his tongue one more time, and as soon as he does that, as soon as we see him leap into the air, we call the Pikmin off, and we repeat. Now, I need to be careful about standing under or throwing underneath his mouth, because after he jumps, he can actually have his tongue stick out, or like he licks his lips, and that can have him eat the Pikmin if I throw too close to him. So I just need to be careful of that, but basically bait out a tongue, throw 3 Pikmin, whistle, and repeat until dead is our plan until second phase, and then all bets are off as far as how phase... Oh, well, there we go. I have to be careful about whistling too early too, because if I whistle too early, we have exactly that happen. So I will fast forward until we get closer to where we left off. Whatever. We'll do one more try, and then I'll fast forward. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fast forward to every bit of HP he gets to his lowest point. I'm going to fast forward to the lowest point of HP we get to each time until we finally break him. And why am I at the impact site? All right, so we definitely didn't accidentally teleport back to the impact site. That definitely didn't happen. I am feeling well. I definitely don't have a fever. Kiwi and I don't have some sort of flu-like cold type thing. We're doing fine, and Emperor Bulblax is slowly getting whittled down. Will we actually see a quarter of his health this time? The world may never know. I sure do hope so, though. I would like to see 0 health on Emperor Bulblax today, actually. I'm definitely not very committal to the idea of beating him today. If this goes on too long, I definitely feel like I'd rather just zen out to some Katamari. I've never actually played Katamari before, but I figured before I start playing Clair Obscur, I'm just gonna, or continue with Paparazzi, I need some energy, and I don't have a lot of energy right now when I'm feeling ill. So I figure I will just kind of, for some reason I have started associating Katamari, any of the Katamari games with illness, mostly because I have a very distinct memory of watching a GDQ run by Harutomo while Kiwi and I were sick in bed with COVID, just halfway delirious. So I certainly have some fond memories of it. All right, we are, oh, well, I was about to say we're a third of the way there, but there's our Pikmin extinction. Womp womp. Oh, this is gonna take forever, Kiwi. There is going to be a lot of resetting. The worst part about a Pikmin extinction is I'm stuck watching a 30-second plus long cutscene, and I can't skip it. Because you know Nintendo, they love their unskippable cutscenes. Well, may as well read this. 26 days since impact. Emperor Bulblax. My radar indicates that a gigantic member of the Bulborb species has swallowed the dolphin's final part. Yet how am I to attack this gargantuan beast? Testing the explosive power of the bomb rocks that the yellow Pikmin on Earth may prove valuable. Yeah, no. I only see this going poorly for us. Okay, this is the furthest we've gotten. We're almost halfway, so that means we'll be hitting the second phase soon, where things get a lot scarier very quickly. Thankfully, he gives you a lot of time to recuperate if he decides to not look at your Pikmin. And Z cycling really helps keep them safe. Thought that blue was gonna get caught there for a second. Alright, this is getting a little sketchy. I need to kind of reset myself. Alright, this should be good. Get Another lick. Okay, we are officially at the second phase now. He should be at half health, so got to be mindful of him jumping. I seem to have an easier time aiming at him if I have him on the... I'm aiming at his right cheek, my left. Just camera manipulation just works better for my brain this way. So this is not an ideal positioning because he's gonna knock everyone off. All right, run. Okay, here comes a big hop. The big hop actually gives us a big chance for doing damage because he will kind of be locked into that animation for a while. But we want to keep him on the ground because the big hop could absolutely kill all 3 Pikmin in no time if I'm not careful. He can also kill me, which is worth mentioning and being concerned about. He seems to like to do 2 hops in a row. He's a fan of the electric slide, I assume. 2 hops this time. Gotcha, real smooth. All right, we're just walking in circles around each other. I'm gonna bait out a tongue. There we go, and then this should be a clean hit. Get out another attack. All right, we're doing this. We're actually doing this. I'm sure something catastrophic is gonna happen any second now. Here comes a big hop. That gives us a lot of time to damage him. Call these guys back to us and call them with Z cycling to keep them alive. We gotta go to angle here. That's 2. That's fine. We'll leave 2 on him for now because I don't want to get caught by accident. I don't actually know where the red went. Okay, there it is. Z cycle. Bait out the tongue for a free hit. And then go. I gotta be careful because if I position too poorly, I very well could get caught on the backswing on that tongue. Oh my goodness, he is jumping so high. This guy's got hops for days. We're gonna He won't stop jumping, Kiwi. Tell him to stop. I don't like this. No. Oh no. Oh no. Run. No. Well, okay. So we're down 2. We're down 1 Pikmin. I still think we can kill him in time, even if we don't have his. We've lost a third of our DPS, which is definitely unideal. Can we see another tongue? No, we cannot. That was a little, yeah, that was iffy. All right, baited out the tongue, go for the hits. I miss. Have to play extra safe here, especially since we're down our big DPS. I might just have to learn to aim for the left cheek as well as the right. All right, we're back on pace. This is how I like it. Gonna give us a small hop. Get them back on him. He's going for the big hop. I'm gonna jump out of the way and then call them to me. Z cycle them to safety, or not. There we go. He's almost to a quarter of health left. We might be able to do this on this attempt. I'm not convinced we are, but it's a fun thought. All right, bait out the tongue. Good. Keep the camera cooperative. There we go. Bait out the tongue again. So yeah, as long as you don't have Pikmin on him, you can always get a second tongue to come out. Need to be careful of the angle here. Z-cycle to safety. We're probably gonna see a second hop. No, okay, that's fine. Oh no. Oh, that was scary. He just barely missed catching the red there. Angle isn't great there, but we did get it. Okay, good. Get one more tongue. All right. Camera is not in the best position for me, but we're making this work. Here comes a big hop. We'll just move out of the way, let them DPS while he's in the air. Bail out and Z-cycle to safety. He's resetting, so I'm gonna go for a hit here. A little sketchy there, but so far so good. Yeah, losing 30% of our DPS is a bit of a problem. At least it wasn't the red that we lost. The red does slightly more DPS, so I guess it's not like we lost exactly a third of our DPS, but we definitely lost a sizable chunk having the yellow gotten eaten. Not sure where he's going, but he's content to let the red do its thing. Get out of here. I am not sure what his pathing is doing right now, but I am very confused. We're gonna let him reset by sticking out his tongue. We're definitely going to be up against the clock here. It's going to be very close. But I feel confident. I feel like we can do this because I've almost done this with 1 before. That was a little bit of a dicey angle. If he had been licking his lips, he might have caught one that way. Right, he's going to jump. All the Pikmin. Here are the Pikmin. He's going to do a big jump. Oh, gosh. Yeah, so when he licks his lips like that, I think if they're standing underneath him, they also are at risk of getting eaten. Got less than a quarter now, but we also have less than a quarter of our time on the clock, so this is not looking promising, unfortunately. It's going to be very close. I think it's going to be very close. Best chance we've got, admittedly. We can just keep him on the cycle we like. We're great. There's only a little bit of... Oh, well, there's our extinction. I am going to, come on. Okay, I was able to save it so I don't have to watch that obnoxious cutscene. Very close. I think we can do this. We can definitely do this. All right, we are so close. We've got him below quarter. We still have 3 Pikmin on the field. Minor optimizations that I've discovered is getting a little bit closer to his face when I call them off of him. Lets me throw them sooner so he doesn't have enough time to turn around and bring his bottom lip near them where they can get caught. If I just think it's a bad situation, we Z-cycle them out to safety. This red is caught out. Whoop. You can also, while you can't Z-cycle when you only have 1 Pikmin, you can have them basically snapshot to you, or slingshot to you rather, run to you very quickly if you call them. See, like that yellow one running at me very quickly. The other thing you can do is, if you throw things at Emperor Bulblax's back, they'll bounce off of him, but if he twists and his back gets caught, or if his front half gets caught where they were thrown against his back, they can still latch onto his face. So I often position myself slightly behind him, just so that I can get the, I know he's gonna turn slightly towards me, so I know I can pretty reliably get the hit, or get the Pikmin to latch on. Oh, I couldn't Z-cycle there, they were too far away, so that's a little bit of a concern, but we have almost half the day remaining. I'm gonna get him into a lick animation before I risk trying to throw something at him. It just makes things more consistent. So see there, I kind of threw at his shell, but they still ended up latching onto his face, and you can hear that like boing, 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 boing sound if you're hitting his shell, so just got to be careful that we don't accidentally get him to lick his lips while I'm throwing underneath him. He's getting a little bit more defensive. We're gonna keep our distance until he's done hopping. I think he's done hopping. Good, we got all 3 on there. Making good damage, get the tongue out. I'm a little bit out of position. We've almost got him though. Not in a great position, but I'm gonna go for it. Got it, good. Keep the tongue coming out, which is such a weird statement out of context. Have him do the tiny hop, be close so I can throw back onto him. Get the tongue out, and repeat. We've almost got him, Kiwi. I think we can do this. I think we've just about got him now. Yeah, again, if I get close to him as I call off the Pikmin, I can throw them back onto him soon enough, or a little bit faster so he doesn't have enough time to turn and run the risk of licking. And you have more than enough time to pull the Pikmin off of him if he does his jump and they get splattered. Either of the jumps, the small little hop he does after doing his tongue move, or the bigger mad air hops. But we're just shy of getting him now. I think we've got him. Come on, just a little bit more damage. Should have him finish in the next couple seconds, assuming nothing catastrophic. Whoa, my brain just glitched. Nothing catastrophic happens. Come on. Come on. We can do this. Oh, I was a little early with that. That could have been really bad. Pikmin, if they're by his feet, will get squished by any of his jumps. Here comes a big jump. We're going to Z-cycle away. Does he have a second one? He often follows it up with a second one if he's feeling it. Bait out the lick. But that's only if you're close by or if Pikmin are attacking him, perhaps. I'm not 100% sure of the full logic behind it, but I know well enough that I don't want to be within range of it. Almost got him. He's licking his lips. That's going to give us an extra frame of damage, or an extra couple frames of damage. He has just a slip. We got him. We got him. All right, Kiwi. We beat Emperor Bulblax with only 3 Pikmin, one of each color. The Daily Extinction Challenge is as complete as we're gonna get it. At long last, I found the final part, my secret safe, and it's as full as ever. How glad am I that I persisted in my search without losing hope. Now I can leave this planet without any regrets. Maybe I'll even stop and pick up some souvenirs for my wife and kids back on planet Hocotate. I feel like after spending almost a whole month abandoned on a planet fighting for my life, I just want to go home. And the saddest part about all this is, that's quite the death animation right there, but the saddest part about all of it is we can't bring any of these pellets back to base. Like, this would give us enough Pikmin, if we could. A shame. And the piggy bank takes 40. So the only way we're getting this back to base is with nudging, and I am not good at nudging, but we can try. Kiwi has said something. Is it that it resets its position, did you say? Yeah, so the thing to know about nudging is, even if I do nudge it into the place it belongs, it won't be collectible without enough Pikmin carrying it. But one could argue we could spend all day mashing our C-stick, pushing this underneath the the dolphin, and it would be within the collection range. I don't want to do that, frankly. I have spent the last 20 minutes watching Pikmin build bridges and break down walls, and spent another half hour after that killing Emperor Bulblax. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go get those 40 Pikmin. We're gonna say the challenge is complete for as far as we could get to it. I mean, objectively speaking, you can absolutely beat the game. Oh no, what have I done? Kiwi, we saw that I killed the Emperor. This doesn't... I didn't just accidentally reset the day out of habit. Vengeance! Vengeance for the Macedonian! As our Lord and Savior Theseus would say. Alright. Well, I definitely didn't accidentally reset the day from scratch, but there we go. We got the secret safe. We beat our challenge. Let's bring this back to base and call Pikmin 1 Daily Extinction Challenge complete. It was honestly a really fun challenge. It was so satisfying to just learn how to route the map to a satisfactory level to complete things. And like, I guess the big heroes of this game were honestly yellow Pikmin, because they let you bolster your numbers really quickly in the early game. Blue Pikmin, of course, because they're just overpowered. They access so many areas everyone else cannot. Red Pikmin are kind of important, but when you think about it, like, there's no place a red Pikmin, another Pikmin can go that a red Pikmin can. Or there's no place another Pikmin type can go that a red Pikmin... There are no red Pikmin exclusive areas. Kiwi, stop laughing at me. I'm trying. I'm sick. Take pity on this sick idiot. There are no places in this game that red Pikmin cannot... Oh my goodness, I can't do this. Stop laughing. Red Pikmin have access to basically everywhere any other color... No, I can't do this. I give up. Red Pikmin just aren't as good as blue and yellows in this challenge. I'm happy. There's our piggy bank. There's our final piece. Day 27 is the day this challenge ends. It was a fun run. Let's see the outro and the end credits and call it a day. I have finally recovered every ship part. Now I can return home to Hocotate. Listen to that triumphant music, Kiwi. We certainly earned this win. We definitely didn't have to earn it a second time. But I don't know why I decided to drop a Hades 1 reference there, but you know what? So be it. Vengeance for the Macedonian, indeed. Vengeance for my sanity, if anything. All right, pickies, let's line them up and say goodbye. A shame I couldn't kill more of you off. I definitely could have. Actually, we recently watched a quote-unquote challenge run. Okay, this is always so charming. Just a little head bob. There's a, and then they're gonna wave back, right? Yep, yeah, I remember this. Oh, this is nostalgic. It's so cute. And weirdly hypnotic. If there were more Pikmin, I would love to watch that as like kind of a domino wave effect. Anyway, I digress. We recently, I forget the YouTuber's name, but we recently watched a Pikmin genocide route, basically. How many Pikmin can you kill within the 30-day allotment while still getting the good ending? Not the true ending or like the perfect ending, just the good ending. Because collecting the piggy bank here does end the game early. But nonetheless, it's a funny... It was a funny video. It was a morbid question that that's the problem. There are two kinds of people who play Pikmin. Those who enjoy the game and play it very casually and don't go out of their way to cause unnecessary harm to their army. And then there are like people a little kooky in the head like me who are like, let's see how many of these can die. I love that they tease different colored Pikmin here. I'm very curious. Like, there's ice Pikmin, there's flying Pikmin, there are purple Pikmin, rock Pikmin. Light green, glow Pikmin. We have glow Pikmin there. So yeah, basically all of the colors accounted for from Pikmin 1. And there we are in our majestic dolphin on our way home. Hopefully Omar's tushy cushion is keeping him nice and comfortable, because that was one of the last parts we actually got. I think I just saw the dolphin like unload there while its fire trail was still there. Go back in the video in that previous scene where we kind of zoomed out and see, did the dolphin disappear before its fire trail did? Because I think it did, and that looked really weird. Anyway, there we are. Goodbye, PNF 404, and good night, Kiwi. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I am exhausted. Let's look at these numbers. So 59 Pikmin survived. We collected all 30 parts, and we killed over 1,200 Pikmin. Total Pikmin ever sprouted 4,200. Oh, I guess it accounts my other playthroughs for this, but or does it? Unclear. Anyway, that was fun. That was actually a lot of fun. I'm glad I did this. Kiwi, thanks so much for watching. I'm glad you got to enjoy this as much as I did, and it was fun recording basically an entire day in front of you. I look forward to falling asleep to this, as you inevitably will. it's such a cozy game for me. Whenever I'm stressed or need something predictable and safe, Pikmin probably isn't it. There's a lot of trauma that comes from playing this game and frustration when the Pikmin trip or die horrible deaths that frankly they shouldn't have had. Let's see that fast forward or that little highlight reel that I had at the start of the last episode or the one before that where everything just went horribly wrong. Oh no, it was the one where I said the Smoky Prog was the easy part. Anyway, Kiwi, I think that's it for this one. I'm gonna skip the credits on this one because copyright, Nintendo and all that. I love you, thanks for watching. Probably some Katamari next, but I think my throat's too sore to record that now, so we'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow and go from there. Rest well, love. Thanks for joining me. Take care now.